Hello. Here we are on the other side of page 17, and this is going to be titled Simplifying Expressions. And I know we didn't really write anything for page 17 in our table of contents, so we can write this for page 17. Okay, when we look at the word simplifying, we see the word simplify in there. And when we look at the word simplify, we see most of the word simple. So when we simplify an expression, we make it simpler. And when we make it simpler, we make it less complex. That's kind of the opposite of simple. But what does that mean? What that means is we use as few terms as possible. So simplifying expressions is when we rewrite the expression with fewer terms. If you need a refresher on what terms are, flip back in your notebook, but it's like chunks of an equation. So here is an example of doing something like this. Let's say we have 8a plus 2 minus 1. Right now we have 1, 2, 3 terms. Simplifying we don't need to know what the variable's worth. Is there anything we can do before we even know the variable where we can make it simpler? So in this case, 8a plus 2 minus 1, I could rewrite that. I could say, well, I can do 2 minus 1 right now. It doesn't matter what the variable is. 2 minus 1 is always going to be 2 minus 1. So I can rewrite this part of the expression. 2 minus 1 is 1. So the simpler version of 8a plus 2 minus 1 is 8a plus 1. In this case, we only have 2 terms. So we made it simpler. I'm going to put a box around the simplified versions. Okay, let's do another example. I have 4 plus a plus a. 4 plus a has 1, 2, 3 terms. Can't do anything with the 4. I do see, however, that I have an a plus a. Now I know that repeated addition, whenever I add like 2 plus 2 or 3 plus 3 or 6 plus 6, that ends up being that number times 2. So I could rewrite this as 4 plus a times 2. Or we know another way we can write that is 4 plus 2a. So here I went from 3 terms to 1, 2 terms. So here's our simplified version, 4 plus 2a. Because no matter what a is, a plus a will always be the same thing as a times 2. We sometimes refer to this as combining like terms. And when I say like terms, I mean like in the same way as like denominators. So they have the same, when terms have the same thing. They're like terms. So we don't need to go too much into that right now, but just make that note for future reference. Combining like terms. All right, let's do one more, and then I'll give you one to do for the road. Let's do 3b minus 1b. Right now I have 2 terms. Now if I have 3 b's and I subtract 1 b, this might help if I even do a little picture. So 3 b's would be b plus b plus b. 3 b's minus 1 b. If I have 3 b's and then I take away a b, I end up with 2 b's. So I have b plus b plus b, and then I take away a b. These two are going to cancel out, and I'm going to be left with 2 b's. So 2b is the simplified version of that expression, and this only has 1 term. So simplifying is not about finding the answer. It's about making the problem or the expression as few terms as possible so that when you find the answer or when you know what the variable is worth, you can find the answer more quickly. All right, here's my one for the road for you to try on your own. All right, that equation or expression currently has 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. And I want you to see if you can rewrite it with fewer terms and simplify the expression. Okay.